5 silent tactics toxic people use to control you without you even noticing. Did you know that studies suggest up to 70% of people have experienced manipulation from someone close to them without even realizing it until it was too late? Shocking, isn't it? But don't worry, because today I'll be revealing 5 silent tactics that toxic people use to control you, tactics so subtle that most people miss them completely. Before we dive in, if you're ready to protect yourself and see through the mind games, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Now let's get straight to the point. Listen carefully, because what I'm about to share could be the key to recognizing when someone is slowly taking control of your life. You've probably heard that toxic people are masters of disguise, right? Well, that's not just talk. These individuals operate in the shadows, using psychological tactics that are so smooth, so calculated, that by the time you realize what's happening, they've already got you exactly where they want you. But here's the good news. Once you know what to look for, their power over you crumbles. Imagine this. What if the person you trust most has been using these tactics on you for months, maybe even years? What if their words and actions aren't as innocent as they seem? Have you been ignoring these warning signs? Don't miss a single second of this video, because this information could be the difference between living under someone else's control or finally breaking free and reclaiming your power. Without further ado, let's start. Number 1. I'm only telling you this because I care about you. When someone repeatedly uses this phrase, especially before delivering criticism or unsolicited advice, pay very close attention. This tactic is called concern masking, and it's one of the most effective ways toxic people maintain control while appearing to be your ally. The phrase sounds caring and protective on the surface, but what it really does is disarm your natural defenses. Here's how it works. By framing their manipulation as concern, they make it nearly impossible for you to push back without seeming ungrateful or defensive. If you object, they can easily paint you as the unreasonable one who rejects help. This creates a power dynamic where they position themselves as the wise protector and you as someone who needs constant guidance and correction. If you notice someone frequently using this phrase before pointing out your flaws, questioning your decisions, or making you doubt yourself, that's a major warning sign. Real care doesn't need to announce itself constantly. Genuine friends and loved ones offer support without repeatedly reminding you that they're doing you a favor. Be alert to this tactic, because once you see it, you'll notice it everywhere. Number 2. You're too sensitive, or I was just joking. This phrase might sound like a simple dismissal, but it's actually a powerful manipulation tactic called invalidation. When toxic people say this, they're not just brushing off your feelings, they're teaching you to doubt your own emotional responses and perceptions of reality. This is a form of gaslighting that happens so gradually you don't even notice your self-trust eroding. Here's what's really happening. When someone hurts you with their words or actions and then tells you you're too sensitive, they're shifting the blame from their behavior to your reaction. Instead of taking responsibility for causing harm, they make you the problem. Over time, this conditions you to stop speaking up when something bothers you because you've been trained to believe your feelings are invalid or excessive. If you find yourself constantly apologizing for being upset, or if you've started second-guessing your emotional responses because someone keeps telling you you're overreacting, that's a major warning sign. Toxic people use this tactic to maintain control by making you distrust yourself. The more you doubt your own perceptions, the more power they have over you. Recognize this pattern and understand that your feelings are valid regardless of what anyone tells you. Number 3. After everything I've done for you. When someone throws this phrase at you, especially during a disagreement or when you try to set boundaries, the alarm bell should be ringing. This is guilt manipulation at its finest, and it's designed to keep you trapped in a cycle of obligation and debt. The message is clear. You owe them, and they're not letting you forget it. Here's the deeper truth. Genuine kindness doesn't come with strings attached. When someone truly cares about you, they don't keep a running tab of favors to cash in later. But toxic people, they treat every act of kindness as an investment that you're expected to repay, often with interest. This tactic works because it exploits your sense of gratitude and fairness, making you feel guilty for wanting independence or for disagreeing with them. If you notice that someone constantly reminds you of what they've sacrificed or done for you, especially when you try to assert yourself, that's not love or friendship, that's control. They're using your sense of obligation as leverage to get what they want. Real relationships are built on mutual respect and freedom, not on emotional debt that can never be fully repaid. Watch for this tactic and remember that you're allowed to set boundaries without being made to feel guilty about past favors. Number 4. Strategic withdrawal or the silent treatment. This tactic might not involve words at all, but it's one of the most psychologically damaging forms of control. When toxic people don't get their way, or when you do something they disapprove of, they suddenly become cold, distant, or completely silent. This isn't just them needing space. This is a calculated punishment designed to make you desperate for their approval again. Here's how this manipulation works. By withdrawing their attention, affection, or communication, they create intense anxiety and uncertainty in you. You're left wondering what you did wrong, scrambling to figure out how to fix things, and often willing to compromise your own needs just to end the painful silence. This gives them tremendous power because you become trained to avoid any behavior that might trigger their withdrawal. If someone in your life regularly uses silence as a weapon, disappearing emotionally whenever you displease them or disagree with them, you're dealing with a control tactic. Healthy people communicate their feelings and work through conflicts. Toxic people punish you with absence until you comply. The key difference is that strategic withdrawal is about control and punishment, not about taking healthy space. Notice the pattern. Do they only withdraw when you've asserted yourself, set a boundary, or done something they didn't want? That's your answer. Number 5. Nobody else would put up with you. This phrase, or variations of it, is perhaps the most insidious because it directly attacks your sense of self-worth and traps you in the relationship. When someone tells you that you're difficult, damaged, or problematic, and that they're the only one kind enough to tolerate you, they're using isolation and degradation to maintain control. Here's what's really happening. By convincing you that you're fundamentally flawed and that no one else would want you, they create a prison of dependency. You start to believe that this relationship, no matter how toxic, is the best you can do. You become afraid to leave, afraid to set boundaries, afraid to stand up for yourself because you've been conditioned to believe that you're lucky anyone tolerates you at all. Someone who truly values you would never make you feel this way. They would build you up, not tear you down. Watch for this tactic especially because it's designed to trap you long-term by destroying your confidence from the inside out. So there you have it, 5 silent tactics that toxic people use to control you without you even noticing. Now the question is, have you experienced any of these? Have you been ignoring the warning signs? Remember, awareness is your greatest weapon against manipulation. Once you can see these tactics for what they are, you can start to protect yourself and reclaim your power. If you found this information valuable, take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who might need to hear this, and subscribe for more content that will help you navigate the complex world of human behavior and psychology. Don't let anyone control your life. Stay aware, stay strong,